Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Same old, same old. Hazelnut with chocolate creamer. Well, today's going to be 91, out of my comfort zone. And it doesn't look like it's going to rain. It's partly cloudy, but I think there is a little bit chance of rain. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and I think we have a chance of thunderstorms. So this summer has been great because we've had just enough rain where I haven't had to water the garden every single day. I still have to water it a lot, but the rain has been sufficient to make those plants just grow like crazy. So that's a good thing. So today, I'm planning on staying home again, I know. But there's really nothing I need at the store, and Fridays and Saturdays are always really busy with people everywhere doing their weekend shopping. So I don't want to get into that, but it's actually, I found that at Walmart, the best time to shop where they're stocked up the most, at least here in my area, is Friday afternoon. They have almost everything stocked. By Monday, they're pretty wiped out. But a lot of things that they're wiped out on I don't use anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I do have to go to Mark's maybe next week. There's nothing I desperately need, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I think I'm going to finish the dining room today. I still have to do the floor, wash a couple of the carpets from in there. And then I need to clean up my laundry room and my kitchen. I'm just going to do a little downstairs cleaning today, and because it's going to be too hot to do much of anything outside. So at least then one floor will be clean. My one neighbor, I noticed she's always got a cleaning lady that comes there once a week. So yesterday I approached her and asked her if she did cleaning. I mean, she could have been an aunt or something, who knows. And she gave me her business card, and so I'm going to give her a call and see how much she charges. And then if she's reasonable, I'm going to see if I can't have her help me come and do some cleaning every maybe month, once a month. At least get some things cleaned, like my blinds and, the things you don't clean every week. So we'll see. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be expensive, but I need to start lining up helper people. I don't need help all the time, but sometimes I do. If I have a flare of the fibro or something. Oh, I got a little frog there in my throat. Sometimes I need a little extra help. I have a lady that helps me with my garden once in a while. I haven't had her at all this year, but last year she was a lot of help. And then I have my handyman, who's a friend of my two boys, so he helps me out, but I don't really have a cleaning person to help. And honestly, I could use somebody to help me maybe come and clean out my garage. That would be helpful, even if it's just for a few hours, but we'll see. So, all right, let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers. Yes, very good. I know some communities have programs where they have, I don't know if it's high school or college kids, help seniors in their community. At least they have them for outside garden work. So if you're low income like me, maybe call your city hall and see if they offer any programs like that and get yourself some help. Or maybe you could enlist a family member, even if you have to give them a little bit of monetary reward for helping you. It's worth it. So, okay, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, get my thoughts together this morning, and I will meet you at the budget book. All right, here we are back at the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money. Yay me. I probably won't go shopping until at least Monday, maybe Tuesday. I have to get things ready for the donation people. And I only have 4 days left to get that together because they're coming on August 1st. And I have a lot of things that I'd like to get rid of, but that requires me to go through everything. So I need to do some of that today as well as cleaning, because it seems like I can either clean or I can declutter, but I never get around to doing both, because the decluttering requires reorganizing sometimes, switching things around, and then what I do too, as I declutter decor, I kind of do a little redecorating. It's like, oh, well, I like this, I want to keep it, but where can I put it? So then I'll think of a different room where it'll go, and then that room will need something decluttered. Otherwise, that room gets too much stuff in it. So it's a process for me. At least that's the way I do it. I know some people, they just get a box and, put everything in it, which sometimes I do that. But for the most part, I try to be mindful of where I can reuse something, because that's my goal, is to use everything that I have and not have a lot of excess. So I'm going to have to cook something today. I don't know what. Something simple. I still have potatoes. I don't want those to go bad, so maybe I'll make something with potatoes. So the August bills are starting to roll in now, and it seems like I get all my bills the first couple weeks of the month, and then the last couple weeks of the month I get fewer bills. So that means that at the beginning of the month I need to have the money in my checking account, because what happens a lot of times, at least to me, after I get the bills paid, it's like, oh, there's still plenty of money in there. I can, buy this or buy that. And then some of the bills that are due, like the very first of the month, which are a lot of them, I'm short. So then I have to go into my overdraft, and then when the money comes in, the overdraft gets paid back, and I'm just tired of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So I'm trying to save up some money for my window. I'd like to have that paid for at least when that comes in. And then also keep enough money in my checking account that when the beginning of the month bills come, I have enough to cover them. And so that requires me not to spend money, or a lot of money, at the second half of the month, because otherwise I run short. So it's a juggling act. It's always a juggling act. When you're low income, everything is a juggling act. You have to do a lot of DIY things, which gets harder and harder as you get older. So that's why I said I need to find helper people that aren't going to charge me an arm and a leg, because, of course, I don't have an arm and a leg to give them. And on the other hand, I don't want to, they need to make a wage too, so I understand that. So even a little help, if somebody could come in for a couple of hours, let's say they charge $20 an hour. Now, some people that clean charge $30 an hour, which I think is a bit much for that. But, so then you kind of have to say, okay, I can afford you for an hour, or I can afford you for 2 hours, and that's all the money I have. So that's one way to get at least a little help, maybe once a month somebody could come in and help. And they should be able to get quite a bit done in 2 hours, since that's their focus, is only to do the cleaning and not to have a coffee chat with you, or, they don't need a half an hour break after 2 hours of cleaning. So they can come in, they can give you your 2 hours worth of a service, and then pay them, and that's the end of it until the next time. So anyway, that's going to be my plan. Okay, well, grandson is working from home today, and Lizzie had to greet him when he came to make himself some coffee. So anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but anyway, I think I'm done talking about the budget. Oh, I was talking about the bills coming in at the same time. And that's just the way it's been working, and it's working out okay. I'm to the point where I'm trying to get myself a little bit of a cushion in my bill pay account, and also, like I said, save up for the window. And it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, and I'm very, very grateful that I have all the things that I need. And be happy with what you have, and learn to love what you have, and not always seek something new and better and more expensive. And I mean, yeah, keep up with the world to a point, but don't let rich people make you even more poor by enticing you with all their products. So that's just my advice. Let me know what you think about that. That's what I think. And leave me a comment below. All right. I'll be back later. Well, okay, I have a little project here that I'd like to try. I have these candles that I've had for a very, very long time, and they're actually like a stand candle that, not a stand candle, a taper candle that you can light. But I like the outside of it, and if I light this is all going to get funny. So what I want to do is cut off the bottom, which is solid, and I want to put this flame candle, this fake candle in there, and I like these. You get the ambience of a real candle without the heat, and these are nice for the summertime. In the winter, I like to burn real candles. So I want to give that a try. I may ruin the whole candle, but I did a little research, and they said to cut wax to use a hot knife. So I have this hot knife, it's steaming, that I've had for a while. I bought that a couple years ago for different crafts, and I want to try it on this. Hopefully I can get it even. I should mark it. So I'm thinking I need to mark this and not just willy-nilly cut it. It's a little hard to tell where exactly the wax ends, but I think I'm going to have to go at least this high. So I'm going to give it a try and see. And this is part of my effort to reuse things that I already have. And I want to put that on my dining room table. And then in the summer, if somebody does come over and I have something in there, I can just use the, oh, there she goes again. I can just use the electric candles. So let me get this set up and I'll give it a try. All right, let's go. Well, it's a very slow process, that's for sure. So I'm just going to cut it right at the bottom of the leaves and see if that's good enough. This is not very easy. So let me give this a try, but this is what I'm going to do to see if I can reuse this. And it looks like the wax keeps melting together, but I'll work at it. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay, well that project is not going well. I'm breaking some of the candle off, but I've discovered that I think this bottom will come out. So my next plan is to use just a knife, and there it goes. Awesome. All right, well, I didn't cause too much damage to the candle, just a little bit, but we'll stick that in the back. I could probably melt that back together. But let's see how it works with this fake candle. And it does fit. And it looks great. So taking two things that pretty much I wasn't using and making a really nice piece of decor out of it. Awesome. So on to the next candle. I have another one in brown, and those two colors look really good with my tablecloth. And then I can still melt this candle and either use it this way, or I could melt it down and fill up a jar candle with it. All right, I'll show you what it looks like when I get everything set up on the table. Okay, the second one is giving me a hard time. As a matter of fact, a piece broke out of it that I'll just have to glue back in or melt back in. But this one is still attached, so I'm just taking a butter knife and kind of very gently loosening it. So there we go. All right, there it comes. So sometimes you got to work a little harder on things, but it's still not, still not totally ruined. I can put this back together. And I'm going to try and melt it back together first. See how that works. But would have been nice if they would have just made this so that you could replace the candle, but I guess they didn't want you to reuse it. So I'm just going to try and melt this on here now. We'll see how that works. Sometimes doing DIY things is just a big experiment. All right, I'll give this a try. All right, I'll be back. Okay, well, I got it fixed pretty much. And what I did was, it's not perfect, but what I did was I melted some of the wax here and here. And then I also melted some wax on the inside to reinforce it. So that'll work just fine. It'll fit over the other candle, and I'm very happy that I'll be able to get some use out of these I can put them anywhere around my house, but for now they're going to live on my dining room table. And I also have 2 candles that I can even use for emergencies and put them on a plate or something and get some emergency light. That's probably what I'll do with them. So, okay, let me show you what it's going to look like. So looking through my stuff, I also found these really pretty copper-colored candle holders. I'm going to see if they fit with the candles that I just put together. I think that would look really nice since I sort of have a fall kind of theme going on in my dining room. So, all right, well, here it is, all done. And I had these little motion votives that I've had for quite a while. I think I got those last year around Christmas time. And all these now are the, I guess you'd call them electric candles. But I think it looks good, and it always bugged me that I couldn't use these candles because I didn't want to ruin them. And now I've tried to bring this all together. And I was even thinking about maybe spray painting this with copper, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. For now, this is how it's going to be. And there we go. Another thing completed in my dining room where I used what I had. So use what you have, take pieces and parts. This came from the basement, and it just so happened to fit in there. I've had this candle holder thing for a long time. I can put a vase in there or a candle. So I like things that I can, basic things that I can change up. And, you know, Christmas time I could do red. This is for summer, fall, because my walls are orange, so I kind of always have fall colors in here. I've always liked those. I know they were big in the 70s. And I had them then, and I have them now, and they make me happy. All right. All right, so I'm just carving away at this with a little paring knife. And I want to get it down a little lower, but I'm trying to work around the shells. So this is working pretty well, and I'm basically just kind of carving it. I know it's a lot of work for an old candle, but this candle means something to me because it was from my daughter. So I want to preserve it. I want to save it. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, this is working just fine. And then the rest of this wax I'm going to melt down and put in here, because this is I'm making a wood wick candle, and it'll be brown and blue, which is a nice color combination. So today I'm just sort of fooling around with some things, and I enjoy doing things like this. You know, it's kind of DIY craft projects, and I do like making candles. So, all right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to carve this down till I'm happy with it, and maybe try and carve out the center a little bit. Probably ruining the knife, but I have more. All right, I'll be back. All right, I have to come up with a plan B because the candle fell apart. So I think what I'm going to try and do is look for a jar and an insert and melt this and then pour it around the outside. So I'm going to give that a try and see if that works. All right, I'll be back. Well, some people mentioned that they really liked my tablecloth. Well, I got this on Amazon, and it's not really a tablecloth. It's a mandala, an Indian mandala wall hanging that I got from Amazon, a few years ago. But they have lots of these online, and they're not very expensive. Most of them are under $20, and it's not a real heavy material. It's literally like a tablecloth. So I couldn't find a tablecloth that I liked for in here that I wanted to keep in here all the time. So I bought this one, and it worked great. So if you're interested in something like that, then just go look on Amazon and do a search for Indian mandala wall hangings or boho wall hangings. They come up sometimes under those too. All right, just thought I'd let you know. All right, back to the candle making. So I melted all the wax of the little blue candle. And now, I don't know, I haven't done this before. I'm trying something new. So I have this smaller glass, and I'm going to try and insert it in here. Because I want all these little shells to come up along the side. And I think that'll look nice. So that way I can put a candle on the inside and it won't melt the whole candle. At least that's the hope. So I'm trying to get it to be balanced. And I have a few more shells here that I'll just drop in, and I hope it doesn't overflow because it is pretty full. So anyway, just being creative today. I don't know, I should be decluttering more, but I'm kind of not feeling it right now. So I decided to get creative doing this. So I think this might work. We'll see. It'll look nice, I think. I think I have just a little too much wax in here, but I'm going to go with it. And as this cools now, I'm going to adjust this little inner candle. So, okay, I don't know if you can see that, but I think that'll look nice. All right, repurposing what I have. I'll be back when this cools. Okay, while that candle is cooling, I'm going to melt the rest of this wax that was left over from the candle. And I'm kind of decluttering candles here, because these have been sitting around my kitchen now for weeks. So I want to finish this one with the wood wicks. It's not the most beautiful candle, but it's fine. So I want to fill it up with the melted wax and then give this one more layer. These are just candles that I melted and kept adding layers to. I think it's pretty. Almost looks a little bit like the Painted Desert. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but it's beautiful. I think is it in Arizona? I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. But anyway, and these burn really nicely. This one I did with the double wick, but sometimes the flame gets pretty high. It burns pretty fast. So this one I'm trying something different, still with two wicks, but not together. They're further apart. So anyway, I love to repurpose candles. I think it's a lot of fun creating something new out of something old, and it doesn't cost me anything. So, and that's one of the best parts of it. So, okay, I'll be back in a little bit when this is cooled off, and hopefully it works. I think it will. We'll see. You don't know until you try, right? And if you fail, you just try something else. You just keep going. Never give up. Unless you don't want to do it anymore, then you can say the heck with it. But if it's something you really want, don't give up. There's one. Where's my other puppies? Chloe, can you look at me? Chloe, can you look at me? You can do it. Come on. Nope, not looking at you. I know you're trying to take my picture. Must guard the house. I hear people. Do you hear people? What are they doing out there? Oh, nothing. Okay. All right, so here's the way the candles turned out. I think they turned out nice. These two I can put in my candle closet now for a later date. I'll burn those up. And then this is how the other little candle turned out. And I'm still growing my cabbage core there. But for this one, I can put a little votive in this votive holder and stick that right in there. And that way I'll still have my candle and it won't burn all the way up. And it'll just be nice. So let's light it up and see what it looks like. There we go. So there we have it. A nice new candle out of an old candle. Okay, I'm back in one of my favorite spots in the house. I'm waiting for the candles to cool off, finish up that project. And my grandson ordered lunch out, so he got me a burger from Quaker Steak. I don't know if you have that in your area, but they have a burger. It's made with cheese curds. So I got an Impossible burger with cheese curds. And boy, was it filling. I won't be having dinner tonight. But anyway, I gave him money for the lunch. So I did spend money today. But anyway, I'm going to do a bunch of nothing now. Get a nice cold drink, maybe watch a little TV, maybe read a little bit. But I'm kind of done for the day. Tomorrow I'll do something else. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. That didn't work. I have to switch hands. Oh boy. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.